What's up, guys? While it's a little quiet and everybody's left, I've had a few requests on this, and I wanted to go over engines with you. Man, there's so many different engines. This room is full of engines. So we have $900 motors all the way up to $6,000 engines. And so that's really confusing on a lawnmower. A lot of people say, well, I want a Kawasaki, and then they get a FR, and it's not near as good as a Vanguard, So I want to go over the different levels of engines. So for most of you guys, you've got Kohler, Kawasaki, Briggs, Vanguard. Some of you are dealing with Kubota a little bit, and then some of you guys are dealing with Lawson or Gravely, Toro, Skag. They all have a Lawson engine branded their own brand. But I want to really push the importance of an air filter. So like this is considered a Kohler Pro. So this has your rounded filter. This is a little better filter than the flat top Kohler with the triangle. Now I'm going to rate engines basically by their air filter. Now it's a little deceptive with with the Lawson commercial, because they are slipping in some lower quality engines with the commercial air filter. But honestly, you've also got the FR Kawasaki that a lot of people are putting your Donaldson air filter upgrade on the FR engine. But let's see. Oh yeah, so this is a Kawasaki FR right here. So this is your bottom of the barrel Kawasaki engine. Your problem with this engine is that it's designed for a homeowner to mow an 1.5 acre yard 26 times a year. So you basically have this filter, which is an upgrade over a few years ago. There just used to be paper. Now they put a metal grate. So the problem is with this air filter system, to clean this off, you're going to have to undo this little wing nut, peel this off, and then when you put it back in, you got to make sure you got a good seal, tighten up your wing nut. This is kind of a pain in the butt to clean this air filter out. A lot of people, every time it gets dirty, they just replace it, but it's, $25 a pop. I think $28 a pop now since Corona prices have hit us. Also, there's not really a good seal, so a lot of dirt really goes up under there and gets in there. So the FR engine is the bottom of the barrel engine. You've also got your Kohler Courage with this same kind of air filter system. Except it's got two little locks on the top. I'll show you one of those. And let's see. On the way out, maybe I can show you a few different air filters. But you've basically got 3 stages or 4 stages of filters. So you've got a basic filter like this, or like the one that I just showed you, just a basic filter. This is really, and then also you see this is like a pro filter here. So this type of filter is a lot better than just your regular flat top, or your regular filter like this. This is what I was showing you with the Kawasaki. Briggs has one like this. This is also like a Briggs filter. This is like a little rinky-dink, like probably a single cylinder engine or something. But this is a little better. Again, this on the single cylinder Briggs. This is not a bad little air filter. And then ultimately, this is really what you want. You want this Donaldson filter with the inner and outer. This is what a tractor uses, skidder loader uses. This is ultimately the best air filter you can put on a mower. Now, you are seeing a Kawasaki Vortical system, the Kohler Confidant, and the Briggs Cyclonic sharing the same style air filter as well. So let's go out here. And I'm sorry, sounds like I'm rambling, but my transmission video was my most popular. Here's again one of the regular Kawasaki filters. Here's the inner, here's the outer. This is really ultimately what you want on any mower you buy. A lot of people won't even call it a commercial mower unless you have that style air filter. But now we've got some new technology. And man, I almost busted my head in the door. So let's go check out a few machines. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is your top of the line engine. This is a Kawasaki FX with the Donaldson air filter on top. You've got your inner and outers like I showed you in here. And so it's got to go all the way through this. It's got to go through your system to get inside the motor. You still have to clean this out. This is a forced air induction motor. So this is basically what you see on everybody's rig. This is basically a Kawasaki FX. That's what most guys with the trailer will have on it. Now, a big step down, but still commercial, is your FS filter or FS engine. So your problem with this engine is this shares the same exact air filter as the FR, but it does have a pre-filter, but it's the same wing nut, same setup. This is commercial, but I like to see that air filter on here. On the FR engine, you can get the kit. It comes with the pre-filter, and then you'll have the FS setup, which is definitely a little more protection, but just not what you would get with the FX. So before I really get started on this, there's two engines that stand out as the best engine out of all 40 brands on a mower, right? And so I want to show you, I don't have the Grasshopper here, but say you buy this mower, it'll look identical to this, but it'll have a 3-cylinder Kubota gas liquid-cooled engine. That is by far my most reliable, longest lasting, and best engine in my entire house in every mower product. I rate that engine higher than a diesel, as far as reliability goes. The reason I do that is in my region, we have over 11 Grasshoppers with that engine with over 11,000 hours. And none of those engines had been worked on by the time I did these interviews, which has been a couple of years ago. Your number 2 engine. So this is number 2. I rate this over a diesel. I really am not a big diesel fan on a mower. A lot of the commercial guys, a lot of the companies are not going to like this. Now, the benefit to going diesel is you save on half your fuel consumption. So say you've got a $500 bill a week in fuel, you will cut that in half with a diesel product. And so the only problem is with the diesel engines, they're a little smaller now, so it's hard to carry a 72-inch deck, but any of the engines should carry a 61 just fine. You'll have to do the 930 or the 430D to get a 72. Bad Boy don't even offer a 72 diesel. Skag's going to have the 25 Kubota 72. Some people say it's enough juice. I really don't like it. Hustler's got the 25 horse Subaru. I really don't think it's enough juice. I believe John Deere and the 900 and 400 Grasshopper probably only diesels left in the market that can carry a 72-inch deck besides John Deere. John Deere is a tier something engine, so it's going to be like $25,000, $30,000. Everybody else is going to be a little cheaper. But anyway, so number 2. This is your Kawasaki 31 horse liquid cooled horizontal shaft, which your Kubota's horizontal shaft too. This is a 4-stroke. It's not like that 3-cylinder Kubota. It's a 2-cylinder 4-stroke. But this engine is a lot quieter. It runs smoother. And a lot of the hardcore Skag guys, this is the only engine that they get. These two engines, I believe, blow everything out of the water I'm about to show you. And, of course, they do have Donaldson air filters on top. But a lot of the components on the engine are heavier duty, right? The only problem is you're going to be dropping $18,000 on the Turf Tiger with that engine. Or you can buy it with a Kohler right now and sell for $14,000 with me. So it's a big decision to pay $4,000 extra for an engine. As far as Kubota or Grasshopper goes, it's the same thing. You can get like a 35 horse Vanguard for probably $4,000 cheaper than that Kubota gas liquid cooled. So it's definitely going to be a hard decision for you. So each one of these engines in these top tier mowers has Donaldson air filters. Even the Skag Patriot. So in my house, the Skag Patriot was the cheapest way to get your Donaldson air filter. And it still is. Right now, it's like $7,500 on sale right now with the Kohler engines. And it does have Donaldson air filter. Your other way to get it is to buy a Worldline with the Lonson engine. Even the Worldline that's $3,500, I've got them outside. They are full they're Donaldson air filters on top on a $3,500 lawnmower. So that's definitely the cheapest way. This is the cheapest way to get a full commercial engine with that Donaldson air filter is the Patriot. But I want to go through. So in all the big mowers, You have a Kohler command, which is right here. You've got this is a command fuel injection. This is a command 38.5 horse fuel injection. You do have the Briggs Vanguard, and it is also, you can get air cooled like this one. This is the cheapest Vanguard you can get, which is a 26 horsepower. You can get a 26 horsepower EFI. You can get the 28 EFI that's on the Tiger Cat, which I really like it. Your other option is, the big Briggs. You can get a 37 or 40 horsepower now, which has been one of my most popular engines. We have had a few issues last year with cold starting issues, some starter issues. So you're going to feel me leaning back into Kawasaki FX and Kohler commands. We've also had some fuel pump issues. Your Kohler has built their own fuel pump, and so that's been helpful. Kawasaki's also come out with a new Evo engine, which is a little bit different setup. We have not had any Evo issues. I believe I have an Evo right here. So this is an Evo. This is a new EFI technology, a little bit different style fuel pump. We are having a lot less issues with this engine. This is on the new Hustler X-Ride. This is going to be on some new products this year. Bad Boy's been using this engine for a while on the Revolt and this mower, the Rebel. Your Renegade, they use a 38.5 horse horizontal shaft Kohler fuel injection, same as the Turf Tiger. That is been a great engine for us. I love the oil filter being on top on the Kohlers. It's easier to change the oil. Motor don't get as dirty. But you've also got, so with the top tier, you're going to see that Donaldson air filter on top. So don't let that fool you, because you also have options like this. So, yeah, here we go. So we've got a Briggs Cyclonic. This is a CXI. This is the old Cyclonic engine, but with new technology. They use the Vanguard block. We're not having the same oil leak issues we had with the original Cyclonic. This has your, it's like a 4-stage Cyclonic filter. So it's got, it's really got 4 stages before dirt actually reaches inside the engine. So this protects the engine very well. On Bad Boy, you see it on a very affordable mower. We've got these on an MZ, I think, even for like $4,000. This engine's also on a $11,000 Ferris or steel. So that's a really good, in most of the homeowner stuff, if you can buy that, you're getting a lot better air filtration system. Now, of course, the Lancet on the World Launch is going to have a better system than that, but that's not bad. So I'm going to show you the same technology on the Kohler. Crap. I don't have any Kohler's Confidants in here. So right here would be setting a Maverick with a Confidant engine. So that's going to be that same technology as that engine. I do have something cool, though. I have the Vortical Kawasaki. So out of the 3, this is my favorite. So the FT series Kawasaki eliminates all of my issues that I have with the FR and the FS engine, which is basically just the air filter. You just have to take a little better care of it. This is, bam, simply the Cyclonic technology. Kawasaki names it Vortical, but it is the same setup. It's got this filter, and it's got several systems before it gets into the engine. So the only problem with the FT engine is that this is only on a little more higher end machines. So like this is a fast track Hustler. So this mower here is going to be in your mid 8 range, dual gas tanks. This is going to be probably the cheapest way you can buy the FT. You got the FT on some Skag V rides. FT is going to come on. Bad Boy does not carry the FT. They go from the FR, FS, and then they jump to the FX. So as long as you get this Vortical is not bad. And my issue is with this fast track, you're doing good. This is up to 4 acres. It's got 3,200 transmissions. The engine matches the transmissions, right? Up to 4 acres. Your Cyclonic is going to be the same way. Your Kohler Confidant is going to be on your Maverick. It's going to be the same way. Now, if you want to mow over 4 acres, what you do is you jump into the Fast Track SDX. It simply gives you the FX Kawasaki engine. The problem is you jump into that $10,000 price range, you know. So, but, you know, this is a Big Daddy. This is Super Z. This has got your EFI 38.5 horse fuel injected motor. So let's talk about, right here. This is a Kohler Confidant, same as the Kawasaki Vortical. Now Grasshopper calls this full commercial. A lot of companies call this full commercial. You'll notice it's a lot bigger air filter than the Vortical Kawasaki. It does have a pre-filter as well. It seems like it's a heavier duty filter. Kohler did buy this technology from Briggs, and then Kawasaki was the last one in line. They also bought it from Briggs. And they're all using this similar Cyclonic technology now. I believe that's how it worked. But that is a Kohler Confidant. That's basically on a $8,000 Grasshopper. This has Parker HTEs, so this is made to mow. Grasshopper would say all day long, but I would say that up to 4, maybe up to 5 acres, I give it a little edge because the transmissions are a little better than what we're looking at in 3200s. So let's step down. So we've went over your Donaldson air filter, which is on the Lonson with the World Lawns, all the way down to $3,500. But when you get into the regular engines, Kohler, Kawasaki, and Briggs, you have got to spend, 10 grand for a mower, basically. The cheapest way to get the top of the line engine is to go with a King Cobra World Lawn. It is $88.99 for the 61. I think it's a little cheaper for the 54, maybe like a $8,500. That's going to give you Kawasaki FX 850V. That's going to be the cheapest way to get a top of the line engine. Your second cheapest way is to go to the Tiger Cat with the EFI Kohler that's on sale right now. I think it's $89.99 for 52, or the V-Ride's under $9,000 right now with that Kohler fuel injection, only because Kohler's changing their name up a little bit. So let's go to your next step down, which is going to be your Kawasaki FS, which I showed you over there, which is right here. So this is going to be your Kawasaki FS. This motor is going to be real similar to the Briggs Cyclonic as well, because that Briggs Cyclonic is still getting in that price range. So you still got the Briggs Cyclonic, which I believe has a little better technology on the air filter. You've got this engine, which is your Kohler Pro, which I showed you in the back. So the Kohler Pro is simply an upgrade over the normal Courage, which is going to give you almost a Cyclonic filter. Close. That's actually not a bad air filter to see on a $4,000 product. So Bad Boy's gone above and beyond doing that Kohler Pro. Your Skag Freedom Z, it is considered an upgrade for the Kohler Pro. You got a Kawasaki FR, or you can pay a little extra and get the Kohler Pro. Kohler Pro. It's cool they put that on Liberty now. Kohler Command. So a lot of people just hear Kohler or Kawasaki engine or Briggs. So I'm going to show you probably one of the best-selling engines in the market is your FR. So most of you homeowners, this is probably what you're looking at. And my only warning to you is to take really good care of this air filter system. This one's a little bit lighter than what I showed you a while ago, but you can definitely upgrade it to your normal FR. That's just kind of a lighter FR setup. Let's see if this one has it. Yeah, so you can always put this filter on that engine. It will not hurt it. But the only problem is you got to really take really good care of this air filter more often than you would the Kohler Pro or the FS. Well, the FS you're going to take as good of a care of as this. It's going to have the same air filter. Just be more vigilant of your air filter. This is the life of your engine. That's the only thing that I really can't cover under warranty is if you run this engine out of oil, or if you get this engine dusted, which is simply just dirt getting inside your air filter and going through your engine. If you see any kind of paper messing up on here, I want you to replace this. The other thing too, a lot of you guys I see are air hoses, you blowing out the dirt. There is moisture in your air hose. This is paper. It runs your paper. I see a lot of other guys, they try to wash these. It runs it instantly if this gets wet. So what I recommend is taking the air filter out. I do it on the Donaldson too. beating it on the tire. It is designed to hold some dust. So put it back on, you're done. No air hose, no blowing, no cleaning. Just beat it out on the tire. You're good. I would do this on every yard if you're having this mower. I know that sounds silly. Even the Donaldson, I'd take the outside, beat it on every yard. I'd also do your Kohler Pros. I would do every engine in here. Your problem is with an FS or an FR, it's a pain in the butt to unscrew that wing nut. Now with these engines, it is so much easier. You just unclaps, pull out, beat on the tire, put it back in. Your pain in the butt here is just getting this latch to seat and put it back on. I see a lot of you guys running this engine and you are missing, dude, I'm gonna tell y'all, you're missing this duck build right here, right? This is almost a $25 part now. Some you can find it for $20. Replace that. If it's missing, please put it back on there, because a lot more dirt can suck in there where that opening is. And I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, this right here. This part right here is so stinking expensive now. But if you run this off, man, the chances of you dusting that engine go way up. This engine right here is probably $3,000. If your rain cap is missing and a little rain gets down in there, it's ruined. Your air filter's ruined, your engine's probably ruined. So I just want to encourage you guys to not just hear an engine name, but to know what class engine it is. A guy asked me yesterday, said, I want to know, I'm getting a big 13-ton lawnmower. Do I need to get a Kohler, Kawasaki, or a Vanguard? I was like, dude, you're all three of those are amazing engines. They all have negatives and positives. You're not going to just hate the Vanguard. You're not just going to hate the Kawasaki or that Kohler Command. The Kohler Command has a little tick to it that some people don't like a lifter tick, because it's hydraulic lifters. Tends to puff a little more smoke when you start it than the other engine. Is it a bad engine? Absolutely not. The majority of the country runs Kohler engines. Grasshopper quit carrying Kawasaki, and they only carry Kohler and Kubota and Briggs Vanguard. That's all they carry. So I want to show you what is different in here is that you can actually get, this is a, man, it rained mud today, which is crazy. This is a less than a $5,000 product with the Donaldson air filter on top. It's because it's a Lonson engine. But man, they're the only mower manufacturer to give you an HD air filter system for under $5,000. This is crazy. This mower is $3,500. It's got serviceable transmissions and a Donaldson air filter on top. It's $3,500. That Kawasaki engine right here would cost you probably $3,000. It would cost you what this whole lawnmower cost if you blew it up. So that's something to think about. And then I want to show you one more time. This is really, actually, that's the cheapest way to get a Kawasaki FX in my house on the Diamondback XP. It is $69.99 for 52, $72.99 for 60. The King Cobra is going to have 5,400 transmissions. It's going to have the FX 850V and I'm sorry, FX 921V. So it's full 31 horsepower. This product is $88.99. If you buy two, it's $8,079 a piece on fleet. That is absolutely crazy. But you guys, don't let these dealers tell y'all this is all you need. As long as you get the Kawasaki engine, you're good. No. Think about what level Kawasaki. Is it going to be an FR, an FS, an FT, or an FX? When somebody says, yeah, I got me a Kohler engine. Did you get the Kohler Courage? Did you get the Kohler Courage Pro, the Confidant, or the Command? Oh, I got me a Briggs & Stratton. Is it the Briggs & Stratton, or is it a Vanguard? And Vanguard is a much different product than a Briggs & Stratton. The cool thing is they bought Vanguard from Toyota Daihatsu, brought it to Alabama, and they're starting to build their own engine now, Briggs & Stratton is. And they're actually converting a lot of that technology over into Briggs, and it's helping save their company. It's amazing what they have done with Vanguard. So just keep in mind, and for you guys that want the cream of the crop, the best of the best, you have got to break down and get a Kubota 3-cylinder liquid-cooled gas, or you got to get a 31 horsepower liquid-cooled Kawasaki horizontal shaft. Now, the horizontal shaft engines, I didn't talk about that. Let's get into this while I'm thinking. So you basically got a horizontal shaft engine. So this is more industrial. This is what you're going to see on oil rigs with big generators that are running 24 hours a day. Your clutch and everything's going to be on the back of this. John Deere does it a little bit, but most people have vertical shaft engines like that Cheetah. That's a vertical shaft. Your clutch and everything's on the bottom. That is a much less expensive motor as going to a horizontal shaft application. It's also not as heavy duty as this engine. And the same way with this liquid cooled Kawasaki, it is liquid cooled. It's quieter. It's an easier start, but all your clutch and everything's on the rear end. Now, this is still a 2-cylinder. Your special is going to be that Kubota gas, which is going to look identical to that diesel. It looks just like it. It's basically a diesel engine with the gas block inside. But these two engines right here, if you just break down and buy one, again, you're going to spend $8,000-$10,000 on the product, but you will be smooth sailing on the engine. You should double to triple the lifespan of a normal gas engine. And the same way with going to a diesel, you should double to triple the lifespan. But yeah, so just wanted to kind of go over everything with you. This is a basic engine from Kohler. This is your Kohler 7000 Confidant. What's cool is instead of the FR, you actually have some locks to unlock. Pull this off, and you got to be really careful picking this up because a lot of debris is going to fall down that hole. You want to keep the debris from falling down the hole. Take your pre-filter off, beat it on the tire, clean this off real good, and then put it back on. This is not near as good as that Kohler Courage 7000 Pro. So now you're going to know your engines. I want y'all to be armed and equipped when you walk into the dealership, because by watching these videos, you're going to know more than most dealers. You're going to walk in the door. You're going to know more than the salesman. And that's really the goal of our videos. If you have any questions, comment below. If you all also have your feedback, you know, everybody has, I've had some problems with Kohler. I've had some problems with Kawasaki. I've had some problems with Briggs. I will be honest with you. I have seen major failures out of all three brands at very early stages. And in fact, within the first 20 hours, we're really shocked if an engine doesn't have a problem. And I'll break it down to you like this. Imagine going out to your Chevrolet pickup, you starting the engine up, and you just starting to blow dirt and dust everywhere, all over the engine bay. And you put the gas pedal all the way to the floor, and you let that engine run at full RPM. And see how long that motor will last you, right? Now you take the cheapest lawnmower engine you can find. You put it at 3,600, 4,000 RPMs, crank that sucker up, run it at full throttle, constant throttle, about throwing dirt all over the engine, dust all over the engine, grass everywhere. Which one's going to outlive? It's going to be the cheapest lawnmower engine you can find. It's going to outlive that Chevrolet truck engine. It's because there's so much technology. We are blown away these engines will last as long as they do, running 8 hours, 10 hours, 14 hours a day sometimes in heavy heat, 100 degree temperature, no water, liquid or air-cooled induction, grass all over the top, grass all over it, dirt everywhere, guys not cleaning the air filter, not letting dirt build up around the engine and not cleaning it. We cannot believe how these engines last. So when you don't have an engine problem, you don't have a coil pack that goes out, you don't have a regulator or stator that goes out, and your battery's not staying charged, you don't have a carburetor issue or a fuel injection issue, ejector, you don't have a fuel pump issue on your engine by leaving your gas in your mower for more than 30 days. You running regular unleaded in your lawnmower, not putting any ethanol booster, and you don't have an issue with a fuel pump injector or a carburetor, it is miracle. It is miracle city that you don't have an issue with that engine. I have replaced 7 Briggs engines on a customer's mower within 150 hours. You heard me right. 7th one, we put a Vanguard, never heard from them again. Then they fixed their issues and we're good. I used to have 1 in 4 Briggs 27 horsepower engines fail before it had 5 hours on the mower. So they asked me to run the mower for 5 hours before we sold it. I had numerous Kohlers that came out of the box, out of the crate, that were messed up. Numerous Kawasaki issues. We had one year we couldn't even get a coil pack for a Kawasaki, and they were out all over the nation. They had a bad run of them, and nobody could get coil packs. And so that was crazy for almost a year. Some of you guys didn't have a coil pack for your engine. You're having to jump off your mower every time you start it and run a jump box or extra batteries to mow. So I've seen lemons with everybody. Don't let that scare you. Just like buying a Ford and you blow up a transmission. You can buy Dodge and blow up the transmission, same as well, or a Chevy. It's the same. It's a piece of equipment. It's going to have issues. I have seen least issues out of that Kubota liquid-cooled gas, and I've also seen the least issues out of the Kawasaki liquid-cooled horizontal shaft as well. We even used to carry an old bad boy. It was called the AOS model, had the 27 Kawasaki water-cooled engine, and hardly ever had any problems with it. So don't let that get you down if you do have an engine problem. It doesn't matter what brand is on the label. I was gun-ho Vanguard. I've had a few issues. They've just broke my confidence a little bit. And mainly just silly stuff and me getting cussed out too much this last year. And so you're going to see me leaning over back into Kawasaki. I was having the least issues out of Vanguard, but now it's Kawasaki's back in the mix on my regular engines. I don't think I've ever did a warranty claim on a Kubota liquid-cooled gas engine. I can't remember in 16, 17 years, I don't think I've ever done one. My Uncle Doug is the only Kawasaki liquid-cooled that had an issue, but it was just some trash in the gas, and that's what was causing the engine to just fire on one cylinder. Long story, but anyways, I just want to encourage you guys when you're out shopping. Now you know. If you haven't seen my transmission video, you need to watch it. Now you know about your engines and all the different levels of engines. And I just want to encourage you guys, have an amazing year this year. I just pray that you're blessed, your families are blessed, your mowing business is blessed, the grass is green everywhere you are. That we all just have an amazing year. The Farmer's Almanac is reporting a good year this year. As long as we don't get into a drought part of the country, is kind of what it's reporting. So we're just going to pray against that. But I just encourage you guys to just mow, have fun, and really enjoy yourself this year. Don't stress out over what engine brand you've got or you're going to buy. You stress out about what class you buy. And you make sure you get the best class you can for your money. Your bottom level, I would keep under 1.5 acres, maybe 2.5 acres at the most. Your next level up, which is your Confidant, your Cyclonic CXI Briggs, your Kawasaki FS, you want to keep them under 4 acres. And then anything over, you'll want to get at least the Donaldson air filter. So anything over 4 acres a week, 26 times a year, you want to make sure you have the engine to back you up. And with that engine normally comes with transmissions. So these are the 2 most expensive things on your mower. So I want you to really pay attention to engines and transmissions. I have no care of what color paint is on your lawnmower at all. I am loyal to more of the brands that are not as profit driven, that are not into the corporate greed as much. You'll kind of see that in the brands that I carry. You'll never see me carry a Toro. I say that. Toro, Exmark, some of those companies are very, very corporate driven and profit driven, so you don't see me pushing them too hard. I've got the little guy in here, which is the World line, and I call it Exmark Toro Killer. I think if you're happy with Exmark Toro, I think you can buy 2 World lines and be just as happy. But anyways, I love you guys, and if you've stayed with me this long, and you don't realize how much you're helping our family. Our 20-something families that we have employed up here, our business, our ministry, by you sharing and liking these videos, man, you really don't know how many people you're helping. And you're also helping the industry. We want to bring more integrity to the industry, more knowledge to the industry. We want these dealers to care about y'all again. And so even if my videos can encourage one dealer to care about you just a little bit more, I believe that we've done our job. And if we can equip you where you have a little more knowledge than the dealer when you walk in the door, I feel like we've done our job too. And you'll never hear me ramble about stuff that don't matter. The deck lifts and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. What color paint you buy, Wright or a Kubota, John Deere. You'll hear me lean on the mower companies a little more that just sell mowers. But yeah, the Kubota and John Deere is not a bad product either. Coyote, the Ford product, which is, I can't remember what it was. But you'll hear me push the mower companies more. Also the smaller guys. You'll see me push them more than the big guys. I'm always rooting for the little guy. Bad Boy's turned out to be a pretty big guy, you know. But I started out with Bad Boy in 2007, and I've watched them grow to one of the largest manufacturers in the world. So, anyways, you guys have a good week. And, man, we get through a few of these storms, and I feel the spring coming. Amen.